See, this is what I dislike about pink ball tests, is that you basically get to a point where you get to the last session and everyone wants to bowl. So Constance and Khawaja kind of grind out a first session with Constance losing his wicket and then Khawaja not that far behind him after the lunch, tea, break, whatever you want to call it. And then so they're like 50 for 1 at the end of the first session, and you think, okay, that's good that you've grinded out that result. But then they try and score runs quickly in the second session when Smith is looking pretty good. And Green actually looks pretty good today. I mean, that he's starting to look better in that number 3 position than he did necessarily at the start of the series. I mean, some of the seam movement that West Indies were getting in the first innings was just ridiculous. Like, it was over a degree of seam movement. That is basically unplayable. I think once you get past 0.9... it's unplayable. You can't get anywhere near it. I think that did probably Khawaja and Constance a few favours at the start of the innings, just for the simple fact of they could not lay a bat on it. They couldn't get anywhere near it, let alone edge it behind to a slip cordon that isn't very good from the West Indies. So Australia then try and score quickly in the second session, and then even quicker after that dinner break and in the last session, because they know that the best time to bowl is at the time where the lights are on. And it was basically 2 completely different games. I mean, 8 wickets fell in the last session. So you have a point where Australia are trying to get themselves out after grinding to try and stay in, and now no one wants to bat because it's the last session. And West Indies are probably going to do something similar tomorrow. It's going to be coming up to when the lights are coming on. They're going to think, okay, we'll score quickly here to try and bowl in the last session, because that's when the most wickets fall. I mean, Australia bowled out for 225. Sills takes 3. Shamar Joseph takes 4. Graves takes 3. 48 from Steve Smith. 46 from Cameron Green. I mean, when they were 157 for 3, that's a really, really good position. And they'll probably be disappointed at 225 all out from that position. However, it's bowling in that last session which is just so important to them. Stark picks up a wicket. He was basically unplayable. His 100th test. They obviously leave out Nathan Lyon. They bring in Scott Boland for this pink ball test, and we know how good Stark is when it comes to the pink ball test. So they wanted him to get flying. He takes 1 for 3 from the 4 overs he bowled from the end, but turned into a bit of an interesting game. West Indies, without their openers, grinded out to 16 for 1 after the 9 overs they faced. They did a really, really good job doing that, but might even have West Indies ahead in this game.